Hello and welcome. Right, it's time to grab the straw off the fields, so let's get this done. Am I going to yeah, we've got quite a bit of this to do. Was something else we wanted to do? We wanted to put the animals in as well, but only I can use the mover. It's the one disadvantage to this particular thing is the fact that only you know, the AI do. No, they don't. There's nothing knows how to use one of these because it really doesn't exist, sort of thing, really. So let's just get this off. So I'm going to time lapse it because there's quite a bit to do, and then we are going to definitely do the animals and get them fed as well and all that type of stuff. So if we start to do the TMR, that's the one thing I do. I know we've ticked it, but have we made the TMR? Have we started to make it at all? Well, yeah, a little bit. So we can't do the animals till tomorrow. We'd have to go through. That also wants the TMR to be taken across. Again, it's not been mixed properly, so therefore it won't do it right. So let's get this done then. Let's get everything done. And any excess straw we're going to... Obviously, we can only afford the animals at the minute. I have looked in editing. I thought, Gordon Bennett, was that expensive? It is true. I mean, I've always keep wondering about this type of thing is... Obviously, you've got equipment as a farmer where you could actually do it, but I also then think, yeah, but you do always say, I mean, obviously within reason, there are, as in with all things, you can't make a comment that fits all situations, but it is true. It is a game, and therefore the game has a set of rules that, for the main, need following. So therefore, it's not for me to, decide, I'm going to switch those rules off because they don't suit me, and that's my point. So if there's a cost element, then it's the game side of it. That's what makes this where I get walloped by things, and it makes me have to follow those rules so that it actually works right. So therefore, in a way, there's nothing wrong with me doing that. I really need to I have taken the lurcher out. Unfortunately though, Schnibble put he called it the Fent Favorite series, so he's got the 8 and the 9 all in one, so I've had to take the 9 out as well, which is a shame. I've not had it yet, but it was brilliant in FS22, and I have no doubt it's just as brilliant in FS25. I just can't put up with that playing in my head. It's a real shame because the 9 was always fantastic, but it is true. I thought you are right. There are very few tractors that are really troublesome, that aren't pleasurable to a certain degree. Some are obviously more pleasurable than others. I think that's true of everything, and we've all got our favourites. I love them. My absolute favourite is Mack Trucker's Monster. That is a beautiful bit of kit. Oh, that was lucky. Yeah, so that is my absolute favourite. But then I also love the Fent. Fent's my favourite manufacturer. There are very few Fents. I mean, the normal Favorite also is a cheap tractor. It is, and obviously this Favorite that Schnibble's done is also a cheap tractor, but it was also a cheap but powerful tractor. All the capabilities up to 230. I think the 9 range was even higher, so they are quite a formidable thing for quite a snippet of a price. But it's still not worth having your head played around with, and that's what I made the call. I thought, you are worth more than a tractor. At the end of the day, I will have to have all the favorites and all the people's things, because I can't put up with the lurching. I just can't cope with that, where it's like doing that 1.25 seconds of lurching before it lurches into action, and it really, hence I know I'm emphasising the lurch, but it is true. It really is true. Oh, right then, I believe we were going to rip this. Let's get all the little ancillary jobs, all those additional little jobs done. Where did we stick the new plough? We stuck the new plough in there. This will do nicely actually for doing this. So we need to plough, stone pick and grass this, because it now is the farmyard. So yes, I think that's probably the easiest. So we'll leave this ploughing. I'm just going to do this little corner. So I think that's sensible. And this has got the horsepower to do this, sort of. I'm not sure if it has completely. I can't remember with the ridiculous Dominic was like what horsepower it is for this, but I've never really had a 240, 50 horsepower struggle a lot. I know this is not quite 250. I know it's 225, but it's still in the range. So therefore, will actually do it. So let's just do this and then we'll set this going. We've not got allowed great fields on, so we're not going to cause havoc. Right, and then we will grab the stone picker and we will... I think I'm still going to time lapse it though. Yeah, because I don't want this to be the session is just us doing this. So, right, let's grab you because I think you can actually use this. Right, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, I think that's it. This has got to be muck. Have we stuck the car shade down yet, or just the... I think we've only stuck this down. Let's take the car shade down a minute. I keep thinking it's changed the texture, but is it just muck? Because it does do some horrible things to your textures. Again, this may be me missing something on the UV or something that actually brings something out in a different way if I did it slightly different. And there's a, sort of one of those things as a modder that I've got to like look at and see. Again, some things you can't really, you've got to just pick up by doing them, because there's no mod school, and there are people who do help a little bit on, so it's tools, on assisting you how to do these things to a degree, but like not, yeah, not completely so. Right, let's have a go. I think it is. I think it's just, it's got mucky, and that's the way it goes mucky on that particular texture, I think. Let's just see, am I right? Is this gonna like clean away and leave the original texture sort of showing? This is the cedar, so it should go plastic red. Oh yeah, I know, my bad, but we're within range anyway. And it does take a long time to clean, strangely enough. Yeah, I was giving up yesterday. I was thinking, oh wow, this is not cleaning. We've seen this as reddy brown. Wow, that should not take that long to clean that. I think it's gone wrong again. This is yet another thing of the game going wrong when there's nothing you can do. I really don't think that's should take that long to clean. So again, something else, that's another update that's done damage to my mod file. So that's obviously the mulching that's done there, but it is grass, I think. I think it must mulch what's around and actually leave whatever you've done. And obviously we just sort of been planting grass, so I'm presuming that it works like that. We also didn't do the bit behind here. We will, but yeah, animals is what I really would like to do. The other thing is we're going to need, I'm going to be away from this for a while. I'm thinking of doing this as my next European map because I really do like it. So this class might be fixed by then. I was going to substitute it again because I think I can't have a tractor that's not working properly, but it may get fixed in the interim, so we'll give it a little bit of time. We do need to order a trailer that is suitable for, like, now where is the animal dealer on this map? I think I'm going to order the animals in to begin with, but where is the animal dealer? Oh, we're not a long way away. Yes, this is why I don't do this though. I mean, I will take if we're going to do some animals to sell the animals, then I will run them over there. And I think that's why that was put near the main farm, was it's not terribly long away. I mean, it has been thought of. And again, if you like right down the shop end, then obviously then that. Oh no, I was going to say field 255 is the periphery, isn't it, that we bought? Yeah, so I was going to say, why have we got field 255, but we haven't. That's field 101. That's confusing when you've got a number on a field that's also on the field. So yeah, it's the periphery that we've sort of got, thankfully, which does make things a little easier for us. We won't abuse it though. We're only using that so we can actually do fields together and actually put things just on the very edge of the fields, just as a bit of a convention. All right, so then animals. So we're going to have to order. That's a point in it. It's more expense, it really is, because I don't know, we have got a push. Yeah, I was forgetting, we've got this push, haven't we? This one will do nicely. Yeah, so it is a shame, obviously, it won't pick up anything on the rear hitch, and it is only the rear hitch. The front hitch, strangely enough, can be used for everything, but the back hitch is doing weird things as well, as in, like, you can't use it. It's like the PTO's not right. It won't let you pick anything up and use anything. Every time I try to use the seeder, saying, oh, it's a 3-point, it should work, but it doesn't. So now then we're going to have to buy some TMR until our TMR's done, if we're going to buy the animals today, which I'm prepared to do that. It's usually not terribly expensive. We shall see if it is or it isn't on this map. It seems to be almost a fixed price. So in FS19, the price has varied a lot. The map makers seem to be able to be the one that set, and I think Giants took it and wanted everything to be uniform. And I think you can still muck around with it, but I think most map makers thought, oh, all right, then we'll just like leave this, you know, like as it is. So yeah, so we'll stick this in for now. One should do. We're not like going to go for we can't afford a lot of. No, we can't. It's true. We can't really afford a shed load of animals due to the cost of like digging this out of the field as we have. We'll probably unearth a couple of trees as well. But you know, right now I can't chop them either. That's a point. Can you chop them with super? Because normally if they're not... Oh, you can. This ignores the normal... Normally, if it's not connected to the ground, I've shown this quite a few times, you cannot chop them. But it seems that if you've got... This actually goes beyond a few rules that would affect things normally, which in this instance is quite useful. You can see how deep we went and why it did cost such a lot of cash. I think that's it. I don't think there's any more. I only wanted to chop ones that are literally hovering over, that look silly from the distance, because you sort of forget sometimes, but we all see things because the human brain is so very clever at picking out things that are not legit, that don't look right. So then I'm going to go for my... Oh, is this map maker? No, he has this. Yeah, well, we have got them, thankfully. Right, so then we want to... yeah, we can't afford many. I think it'll be however many we can afford, the closest. No, we can afford 20, maybe 30? Maybe 30. Yeah, we can, so 30. Yep. We do need some straw as well. We will buy the straw because I'm trying to keep our straw for like things that we need to do. So yeah, like if we're going to do the straw mod, then really we need to buy straw because I don't want to be waiting. This is not quite like mine. But it does go in the other end, so we just can't drive through. That seemingly is like a bit big. Oh, it's got very, very severe steering axle. Oh, wow. Very, very severe steering axle. So, yeah, let's see if we can keep it levelish. Oh, wow. So we got under weight. We got under because of weight. We're caught, aren't we? Yeah, we are. It is. It's the weight pushed the wheels down. We're going to have to reset. That's a bit of a blow. I mean, because it's literally stuck under there. Wow. That's a bit of a blow. So we really do need to buy. And now I've only got 10,000 to our... Yeah, I don't think we can use the other one either because it's a tip. Oh my life! Right, okay. Let's one problem at a time. Yeah, it is one of those. It's just sometimes how the cookie crumbles. I mean, in real life, we would. We have to do that again, though, aren't we? No. It's straw. Yeah, we would. I know. Yeah, it's true. Actually, we would. So we're going to have to do it once more before we can afford. This has got that white speckly stuff that Pelenier's got. I wonder what it is. Pelenier does it too. It's got a couple of things where it does these golden speckles that appear on the ground, and it's one place and one place only on the map that does it near the bridge. I can't figure it out. And this has got a bit of golden speckles too. Yeah, I'm going to keep my eye open for it and see if there's any kind of correlation between. Yeah, it goes down just a touch. I suppose you could get rid of the top section, but that obviously we can't now because we've just filled it. But that's a doer as well, I suppose. Yeah, we could actually. That might actually do if we just do that, because you're going to get rid of that top little board. That's all it will need, and it will go down to whatever the difference is. So we shall see if this is... Ooh, this is not as heavy. It isn't. It just goes to show mass does affect things more than you think. Did we? No, we didn't reverse it. We did not reverse it. I can't see it making a difference, but it's always, you can always give anything a shot. It's not. Oh, that's worse, if anything. Yes, definitely. That's down to the how you're going in at the angle, really. Yeah, that how the ground is. So can we be clever though and won't let me do it because it's sort of technically that isn't technically our ground. Right, I have an idea. I have a cunning plan in mind. Well, we could of course do the same with the bucket, but where are you hiding? Where? There you are. Enter vehicle. We are going to need to put that all the way in. And also have it quite low to actually take the straw and tip that into there. Now that should really work. Should. I mean, I'm not going to do this all the time. We will when we can afford it. I'm going to buy my little tiny tipper, which is based on the FarmTech model. Yeah, it's a really, and I've got to be honest, it's one of those things I'm surprised that I noticed it as well as I did, because I'm not the most perceptive, and it's one of those things that I'm really glad that I actually did. It is such a fantastic model. Now, have we gone low enough? We should have done. So we should really be able to grab that. And it should tip straight away. I might need a tractor because it's sort of getting stuck on the different levels. It's not... Yeah, it's only got so much. Right, we need it. Do you know, isn't it amazing? These type of things, they turn out to be a major sort of thing when really I was hoping to get on with the mowing and all that type of stuff, but getting your animals in it, even if you took the entire session, it is one of those really important things. So the grass is now only going to be up to this section here. Do I treat this as... I think we will. I think we'll cut this grass as well. Right, let's grab this and we'll keep rolling in and out with it, I think. Because it's just not quite... It's got 50 horsepower, so it's not a monster, really. Oh, no, it's not. I thought it was actually finding the... Oh, wow. Oh, it is as well. If we stuck that further out, can we then sort of, with it being low like that, actually... Yeah, we can. Fantastic. Where there's a will, there's a way, as the old saying goes. It is true. Amazing bit of kit this is. That's what I said. I always said this. It's got more uses than you think, because it is also a small trailer. You could technically do this, but I'm not going to do it. No, I don't like the idea of doing that. Really, that was just as a because it's a ground pickup. I can pick up off the ground, and I can obviously go as low or as high as I like with this. It's a very versatile bit of kit. So. I believe, anyway, are we sitting on a pond? Aren't we got our mineral feed, or have we only just set it going? I'm trying to think, because the sessions. So the TMR is 10,000 litres now. How about the mineral feed? We must be missing something in this one. Mineral feed. Now, we were looking in the wrong one. So mineral feed, 4,747. So really, we need to go through till tomorrow. And then we really are going to have... our business, so we need digestate. Well, I think we worked this out that we had enough. The hay should do the TMR, so let's get cracking. Let's go through till the morning. It's unfortunate we're losing the grass, but I just really want to concentrate on the animals. Are these happy? I mean, they're not going to be happy, we know, because they've just been moved in, and obviously they never are happy. Oh, their health is going up slightly, so they are happy. So I've got straw and 2 litres of buffalo milk already, and we've got some TMR. Now, we've only got 30, so it should, and the meadow, of course, as well. So it should be reasonably okay. for now. Now just check the sales, because this is a few times we've been into the sales and we found that things have like just popped that we would have lost if we'd have gone through to the next day, or possibly would have lost if we'd have gone through to the next day. Yeah, I'm enjoying the map. The map is fantastic. And I do like the fact that Jogi did give you that choice of like you can buy the periphery if you really want, and then it opens up a few possibilities, especially for someone like me that's a start from scratch. Right, TMR's full, so fantastic. We're in business. We can now log our own TMR, which is amazing, and we're up to 19,970. But we should be able to now. So how much did we go down? About 10 tons, not too terrible, and the animals should be completely healthy now. And we should the buffalo milk will be tiny, so we don't need to worry about putting the bionic dairy down. I am going to go bionic, I think. We don't need to worry about that just yet. Yeah, looking at it, obviously the normal productions are good. They're good little chuggers, but like if you want something serious, then really the bionic or the super are really the ways to go. So the bionic in the milk range, because it only does one thing, it is only 27,000, so it's not going to break the bank either. The super would really not break the bank, but I don't know that because these have got a low yields, I don't know that you'd ever really need the super for this particular breed. You may for the others. Something I might try. I'm not going to always stick to these, though I do like them a lot, so I'm going to tend to stick to these a lot. But I'd also like, as a scientific sort of test, to do the others as well, to see about the milk and the cheese and all the rest of it. I really would like to have a look at those with the bionic dairies and that. So yeah, I'm going to definitely do that too. Right, so business. How much did we actually make in the end of the mineral feed? 63 tons. So again, it's all from our own fair hands. TMR 320 tons. That is amazing. So let's switch that off for now. Did that actually? We're gonna switch that off for now too. And what did you run out of? It ran out of not digestate. Didn't run out of stones either, so it must have ran out of the wheat. Yes, it did. Fantastic. So which is, of course, that's what we were like hoping that would happen. So let's go grab this and let's go grab the mineral feed, because this is our business for this year. So this is our cash income from all of our hard work to date on our field. This, of course, was the only field that we had to begin with, and that one, of course, that we've now converted back to grass, which is growing very finely. Of course, this also can be cut, but I always find if you're doing a farmyard that is grass, it always ends up being, it doesn't quite work as you sort of think. So yeah, we shall we'll check the let's check the sales as well. Yeah, before we get involved in like selling it. Or I suppose no, it makes sense to sell our product first, because then we've got some cash to actually we've got some cash to actually legitimately buy things of our own cash. Yeah, certain things, if you know what I mean. So let's sell this at our self-marketing. This has been probably one of the, I was really not looking forward to, in a way, of doing hard economy, but and obviously this sort of dropped into my lap a little bit. I just thought it's a really cute building. Let's just do this. Let's like mod it and make it into a mod. Well, there was a lot more under the bonnet than you sort of think. That's just also, I know we've not got a lot of cash, but I think we can actually afford to stick a bit of a road down to make it legitimate that it would be, you know, like this kind of what we're trying to make it to be, and I do really like that. So I'm going to do this. It will settle down in time. It does do its, yeah, that'll all disappear. But I think the road, we're going to go rock floor. I do like these a lot. I don't think they do very good road though, if I remember rightly. Not fantastic. Yeah, it's missing a bit, isn't it, over there? Right, not too terrible. I've seen worse. Right, so then let's stick that. It is that side. I think. Yes, it is. I think it is. It makes the most sense that this would be where we would put the... Yeah, it is. I thought it was. I thought I vaguely remembered us doing that last sort of time, so... Yeah, so we now can afford our little tipper, which is going to be for the animals. That's going to be like, I'm going to treat us to that, because it's the best. A side tip. Oh, I've got my super strength still on. So let's get the last of that sold. Oh, we're getting a good environmental bonus as well, so that's nice to know. I'm glad this actually ends there, because at least it tells the workers where to go up to. I'm not sure whether to steal a tiny bit of this field, just this weird corner here, to make this more of a lozenge shape, so that they might be able to work on this grass field. We could also, I suppose... Oh, no, it's got that post in the way. Yeah, it looks... Yeah, we'll leave it. Or do we make this into an entire grass field? It sort of would make quite sense with the farmyard if we made this all grass. Because grass is important, especially if we're sort of making TMR as well. And also would mean that it's quite easy to get always to the farm. It's it's not a massive field. We could rip these three together. And I know, well, some of it actually does allow it. There's just that... I know what we could do. I do. The yellow posts and the brown posts, there's not much you can do with. We're going to sort of have to put up with it. And let's be honest, in real life, we could rip them out if we now own the land, and so therefore we could. No, we don't want to be no, we don't want to be getting some more. That's probably cheating. And there's enough weirdness going on with the game. It's yeah, the most inaccurate of all farming simulators I found, because it does cheat. Yeah, there are things happening that with the productions that are dragging more and multiplying, even though they shouldn't. So it brings into question, well, you can only do your best to make things right. I'm trying to learn the rules, the hidden rules that at the minute seem to be governing the game and making things not right. So we're up to 133,000. We are destroying the mover, seemingly. By mistake, of course, but let's have a look at the sales and see the Fent. We will indeed buy and sell it. It's well worth it for 5,000 extra. Oh. Yes, I'd forgotten. We reset it, didn't we? To escape it. Let's just, reset that as well, because we only did that to escape out of the thing, because we had no other option. Again, sometimes game mechanics are a friend, so let's go sell this. Do we set the worker going on ploughing that bottom field? Because obviously, the other thing I was wondering about was about making that into the animals. Well, obviously we've gone with that end of the grass field, and it actually worked out not too bad, apart from it costing us well over 80,000 to actually do the levelling. That was a bit of a blow, but yeah, it is what it is. You've got to take the rough with the smooth. Oh, the other thing is, how many animals can we have in our animal enclosure? I need to be a bit closer. I don't think that's going to show as being in there. I was trying to avoid knocking into the telehandler like that. Yeah, my bad. There we go. So a little bit of cash made. Now, of course, we did actually pay a delivery cost, so we lost a bit as well. But that was my own fault for forgetting. So let's move this out of the way a bit so we don't crash into it again. So we've got $139,329 on a European map. I think we ought to correct that whilst, we have recognised this, really. Fantastic. In euros. Not too long. Right, so then we have bought and sold. We have done our We really do want to be chopping our fields, but obviously it is true. I do think that's not a bad idea. Because the grass is important. Let's do this. So you are really one of the main players we got, because you're one of the few tractors that actually is working properly. Yeah, we've got rid of the lurcher. I don't regret it in a way. Obviously, it was a fully sort of working but sort of crippled tractor, so it was a bit of a let's just get all this all done, let's get everybody off the field. I'm willing to give the class a bit of time. If we return in a few weeks and the class is not fixed, it's one of the modders that's not very quick at fixing things, then what we will do is we'll do something about it. Right, so then can I now that should... No, it's not... Well, let's try it. It's true. Well, let's try it with the plough. We did it with the seeder and it didn't like it. It seems a bit hit and missy as well. It sometimes does work. Yeah, just making sure I'm right about the collisions. So if we join this, will it allow us now to... It's okay with it. Wow, it's a powerful. It is a powerful beast. Now, what I'm thinking is doing a bit of a sneaky trick. Apologies for that. Yeah, it's a bit too easy with a crawler to actually go around corners. I mean, I always do allow a little like tippy tappy, because you could do that. I remember Frithgar explaining that you can sort of go around corners a little, but not you know, like you can't just move at right angles. It would snap the tines and it would make a bit of a mess of everything. So yeah, you would really observe straight on as much as possible. And this is the tractor really. This is a beautiful tractor for doing this type of work. So I would say that should be enough. Now then, let's just see, can I muck around with the level of that and sort of, I'm going to have to go into, now this I'm going to do more for aesthetics, so I'm going to give us the cash for this, because it's more about me trying to observe the game, which I mean, when you do a trick like this, if it works, I would imagine, if that comes up to the ground level and it rises, then we are scuppered. Because I can't do anything about that. So we're going to raise the ground. We are lucky, like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to sort of level from that point, just like that. Yeah, I can't do anything about the weird sticky thing. Then we're going to have to do what? What are we going to have to do with that then? Because it can't level anymore. It really is about raising in a sort of tricky way to sort of match that. Yeah, this is just human, like you doing things until it looks about right. And this is the worst tool for like actually doing any kind of feathering. It is not a nice tool to do this. Having tried to do this frequently, you sort of you're trying to blend it into the surrounding layers and the levels, and obviously we know we're going to be damaging. Yeah, it doesn't do it a very nice effect, and you sort of, when you're filling in these little areas, you think you're doing a good job, but then when you go down to the ground, you still see little weird little bits. But this is better than FS25. That was a nightmare. But it's still not right. Yeah, this bit down here is just not filling properly. Yeah, and then obviously what you do is when you've gone a little bit, you do soften a bit, but it does softens a very powerful tool. It really rips things down badly. So again, it's quite a rough tool. If you really need to do most of your work in this, but you can see it forms little ridges that really ruin it a little. And it's a lot of work to do a little tiny bit of a thing, really. But that's it. I'm willing to give it a shot. So we haven't really lost a lot of cash, really. So now we need to do a big blanket soften, like just a little bit of tiny little, just to make the whole thing. Oh, I might need to go down a bit more and soften in areas as well, because I'm not sure that that's a bit too big. That's not too. Now this is helping a lot. So we've got to be careful, because we're going to pull the top down again, and then it's like we've wasted our entire time. Right. So then now, let's just open this up and do the best we can from different angles. Again, it might defeat the mower. It's not going to be perfect, but it's just a way of like this guy. I have done this on a field, joining a field once on one of the European maps, where it had got a fence in the middle, and I'm determined. I thought it was one of those situations where I thought, I'm going to learn, can I do this? Can I join sort of two distinctly different heights and make it work? So it was really a challenge to myself to make it as believable as possible, that just to hide things like this that really sort of are a bit of a game changer. I mean, obviously, yeah, I can't do much about the wooden posts. That in real life we'd just move them, but again, I'm not going to edit the map or anything like that. No, we do need to do this one as well if we're going to do it. So yeah, unfortunately, the things that are going to be a bit annoying are the wooden posts. Yeah, so I think we will. We're going to make this into one wooden, one grass fields, all of this sort of area down here. So we need to then plough this field here. Now, this is true, actually. I've sort of scuppered myself, because I've now given myself a job, because I'm just ripping the edge of the field, which is the very thing that tells the workers that this is the edge of the field. It's true, actually. It is true. Oh, yeah. I've now just lumped the fields together, and then the workers will actually think that this is now one field, so I'm going to have to do it myself. Right, okay, well, with that in mind, I'm going to go into a bit of a time lapse. I'd like to get this done, and this really is going to be the session, like, to... is it going to... No, well, it'll do the entire field if I, like, do this now. Right, so I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, I think that is us completely done. So we've built for the future. We've made a few changes to the farm that are really going to be sort of quite effective. I think we need to tighten a little bit with a tiny bit of painting in certain areas, just to sort of like make this gel into one cohesive field for courseplay, or a normal worker for that matter. Yeah, they both work the same way, so let's just make that. Yeah, that's sort of like that, a round corner. Just like make that smooth in. That one's not too terrible, even if it is like concrete. Let's just make a little tiny bit of green to make it a bit. I know that I'm not a very massive fan of the but I know our money's soon going to run away. This I thought needed a bit of attention. Yeah, like even if it's just to sort of smooth it and make it into a bit of a roundy bit like that, and the same here, just to sort of join it. It's already got like lots of bits and bobs down here. That's normal grass. That's normal grass. It ends here. Just want to do a corner a little bit. And it does end right here. So that's fine as well. So that all ends. And it's a proper cohesive field. Not sure what we're going to do. Whether we partially cut it, it's going to cause more mayhem than if a little. The bit I was thinking of was actually around here. Because obviously, if we're going to treat this as a field, we really need for the workers to be able to go around without bashing into it. I think it's not too bad there, but we do need to take quite a bit of this here for this to work, or it's going to go really quite bad. Yeah, I think this is not too terrible. I can't see us clocking these, but I might be wrong. So that goes around, just round that corner a little bit. And yeah, I think we'll paint that like that. That's going to mould that into one, and then I think that's going to be better to look really on the map now. Yeah, to sort of see the bits, because you can sort of see where you paint. Yeah, I think that's one cohesive, quite large grass field now that really will suit us down to the ground for making TMR. I'm not going to go on the mineral feed anymore. We've literally grabbed that. That's done. If there was any excess of anything that needed to be done, then yeah, of course we would do it. That's not a problem. This still is the farmyard though, and I've sort of now stolen it all back, haven't I? We have got this here. We are hoping to buy this field here, which is a bit beyond our ability at present. But we are going to obviously have the cows soon. That's going to be a business, but we do need to buy more of them. So really the feeding of the cows... Oh, you can actually see where we've just done that. Yeah, the feeding of the cows obviously is one of the most important things that we've got done. We've also got the corn for the whiskey, and we've got that field that we need to... Did I grab the... I did grab the straw off it, yeah. So this needs... So I think what we're going to do is we're going to grab the worker. You will actually do, because you make the sense that this is the one that really can do the plough the best. It's the biggest tractor we've got. And it does actually cope with the plough very well. So we'll set this going with a standard worker. So the next session, we've got that field across the road done. So this is all done. I think we'll cut it next year. I know we're sort of wasting a bit of grass. We've got 320 tons of TMR. I think we're all right for the winter. I don't think we're going to worry over that. So again, the other option is we could make this into a bigger field, like make this all one big field, 59 and 61 all in one big field. Or we could keep them separate. I mean, yeah, I'll think about what we're doing. I mean, we've got corn. That's going to do the whiskey. Fantastic. Let's let you go. And I think that is where I'm going to leave it. It's been a fairly good session. We've done quite a few changes. Animals are in now. That alone was like well worth the session. Let's just tidy this up a bit. I really don't like the horrible green that is this. I think if we're going to keep it like that, we're going to put a bit of grass down, even though it's going to cost us a little. Well, quite a lot actually, but yeah, it's just... it still knows it's painted grass. It's not going to muck around with the... just looks a bit nicer than like leaving it horrible. Yeah, the painted bit, I don't like the painted. It really does sort of stand out as a fake, you know, like it sort of shouts out to your brain that I couldn't afford to do this on many a Let's Play on FS22, and it did ruin quite a bit of work sometimes when you're doing this, because you could really do, you've got to be very careful on the grates, so it really does go on the grates. It's very powerful stuff. And we can still do this as well. Yeah, it was on FS25. It was, sorry, 22. This is FS25. It was just too expensive. Yeah, you would literally, I would frequently do grass myself, like literally plant grass, because it was just so expensive to actually do this. Let's do this a bit. I know it's going to cost us cash. We could do a little bit of scattery bit rather than all of it for this. We don't see it all of the time, so I'd sooner like do a little bit of scattering. We don't want to be like destroying that. I don't know that we can get to it now. I think we're just... oh, that doesn't actually do anything. So not only did it cost us a fortune to make this big deep hole, it's now costing us a fortune to put some grass on it. Yeah, that's not too terrible. I mean, that would have cost us an absolute arm and a leg in FS22, and it does make a huge difference on making it look more realistic. So it does look a bit weird now, but it will, once it starts to grow, it'll look alright. It'll look a bit more... yeah, that's the only bit I don't like. It actually does go on to all the textures. It's a bit of a pain, but what can you do? Yeah, that is the game. So it's not terrible. It really isn't. So we've done very well. Still up to 137,000 euros. We have, when you consider what we've actually bought, though, we are doing terribly well. I thought, oh my life, look what Eliza's done already. That is phenomenal. It's going to finish by the time I've said my goodbyes. So we've done a grass field. Animals are in 30. I'd like to improve on that. We could now afford a bit more. Probably. Now that is the other thing I'd like to do. How big is this enclosure? I don't think it's too big, because yeah, if we stand around here, it tells us how many. 117 animals. So if we did 60 animals, that actually would mean when it doubles, it really will be like the full amount. So let's do another 30 animals, which we can afford now. Fantastic. We will get the TMR. The one last thing that we want to do is buy our trailer, especially for these. My BI Industries. I must change the picture as well, because it really doesn't not look like that. It is black to begin with, not. Yeah, so we do want that. Fantastic. And we'll go in there. I'm just going to grab one of the tractors to actually send them over there as well, so that we literally start over there. That's where I'm going to finish, so that it reminds me that I need to take that over to the animal enclosure. So quite a lot of changes which will affect the farm next year, really. So yeah. Well, I mean, obviously I'm hoping that over the winter we can stick the bionic. I think a bionic is going to be enough. Bionic dairy down for the cows. Again, they're going to be small amounts at the minute. They're not going to produce an awful lot. But to be honest, with the buffaloes, it's such a fantastic multiplication that the butter seriously soon mounts up quite a lot. So, I mean, yeah, once you're doing 1,000 litres a day, that seriously multiplies enormously. So it's we won't leave it for too long. I would imagine by tomorrow morning we should sort of have enough really to actually put that down. So mowing is going to restart next year. We want left-hand tip as well. Right,
will do right. It makes more sense for this particular side. It's a little slower than left, but it's not terrible. It's not like the grain door. No, we want TMR, which is one of the few things that we've actually got in here. Ooh, that's a little bit. Oh, it is one to be left tip side, unless we're going to go in front ways, which we could do. Yeah, probably be easier to. Oh, it is. Yeah, it's not going to be perfect, is it? I knew this. I would have blocked that door off if I'd have put this, because we need to be able to run down there. So it's going to be one of those awkward bits where it's just not perfect. Yeah, I like to do it just outside the door, which would have been a lot better, but it's because of the way it is. I don't think we can actually do that unless we do block that. The left-hand way, would that really matter? Just trying to make this a sort of nice, smooth. No, that's a point. Have we got any slurry and manure? We have. Equal amounts, almost-ish. I might have to have a look at that. That's a bit peculiar. I must have obviously played around with something that I shouldn't to make it go at that weird angle. Well, no, not necessarily. I'm going to say I think I've seen it in other. I don't know. I can't recall actually ever having anything. I put them down in a few Let's Plays, but I've not actually used them a lot. So fantastic. So that should really compensate for the extra 30 animals that we've literally got for now. So do we go through till September? No, I think we'll leave it. I think we'll leave it. I would imagine that worker has already finished the field. Yeah. Indeed they have. No, we'll just... There's always these little tiny mulch things. The only thing about this, but I don't think that there's any real way that you can possibly do it. I've just got into the habit. Because it mulches, you obviously get the mulch bonus all the time, which is fantastic. And it's just worth putting up with the fact that it has got a bit of... It's like front cultivators. They're a little bit awkward as well. If you can sort of master the art of using a front cultivator and that, like seeding at the same time or that type of thing, there's certain bits where you've got to take over and really like clean up because it's not quite perfect. But it is obviously a lot quicker once you get used to doing it. Something I'm not a massive fan of the front cultivator. I can't sort of get used to it, but that's down to me not wanting to persevere. For those who do, I'm quite sure it's a very effective tool. Right, so there we go, that's prep. We do need to get the stone picker on that. I've got to be honest, the stone pickers are fairly useless. They really are. I'd stop the workers. I thought, it's just useless. It's going all over the field, crashing into things, doing nothing, and just being a nuisance and getting money for just sitting, waiting, sitting at a, like looking at something because it can't figure something out. Of all of the tools we've got in the game, the stone pickers I find one of the worst of all for actually doing things. It didn't take me very long at all to actually get the field done. So our last harvest this year will be field 59, really. So that's, I believe, corn is October, November, I think. Again, this map could be slightly different. I haven't really studied it per se. Yeah, October, November. So what is ours looking like greenness-wise? It should be quite green still. Yeah, it won't be ready. Yeah, it'll not be... Yeah, light green. Is that not... I just want to have a look. Have I? No, it's been nitrogened. Yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah, fantastic. We haven't nitrogened all of the new fields, so that's one thing we haven't done. So, yeah. Right, so all that remains to be said for this particular session is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.